Okay, so this is my first attempt at a video review on YouTube. I mentioned in an earlier video that I write reviews for my college papers. I'm actually a pretty good writer in terms of reviews anyways. I've won a couple of state community college awards and whatnot in reviews, so I can write them, but I don't really know if I can do it on video. So that's a whole nother animal right there. And as you can still tell, I'm not the most comfortable on video yet. So I decided I saw Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull yesterday, and since it's basically one of the easiest reviews you could ever write, I figured, hey, why not try a video review of it? And it's going to be one of the easiest reviews you could ever do, and so if you can't do a video review of this, you might as well just stop right now. So, okay, here we go. My review of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Okay, pretty much Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is exactly what you think it's going to be. If you like the previous Indiana Jones movies, you will like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. If you don't like the previous movies, you're definitely not going to like this one. And if you're one of those people that, you liked Raiders and you weren't too sure about Temple of Doom and you thought Last Crusade was okay but could have been better, you're going to think the same thing about this one. It was okay, it could have been better. In terms of ranking this film in out of the four now, this is third or fourth quite easily, and you can make a case that this is the worst of the four. Not to say that it's a bad film. It's an entertaining popcorn movie, and that's about all you're going to get from it. Which is all you should expect from it. You're not looking for more than that if you're going to Indiana Jones. So plot, as everyone knows, the plot has been kept pretty secret, and so I'm going to put spoilers at the end of this clip, but in terms of describing the plot, just for the general review. The bare bones plot, it's pretty darn unbelievable, even by the standards of the Indiana Jones series. I really didn't buy it at all, I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to. In an action movie like this, I will buy the plot, because I know that it's supposed to be sensational, it's supposed to be unrealistic, it's for the purposes of entertainment. This plot was so incredibly unrealistic that there was just absolutely no way for a single second I could get drawn into it. I didn't give a crap about the plot the entire time, and frankly, it's one of the weakest points, probably the weakest point of the entire film. The Russians are looking for, believe it or not, a crystal skull. They capture Indiana Jones, and they try to force him to help them find the crystal skull. He escapes, of course. He escapes multiple times throughout the film. They capture him multiple times throughout the film. And he gets in this little embroilment with the FBI, so he decides to go teach in Europe. But as he's on the train to go to Europe, this kid named Mutt Williams shows up. He says, hey, Indy, help me out here. My mentor, Professor Oxley, who you used to know, he's lost. He got lost in South America looking for the crystal skull. Help me out here. Two of the absolute worst parts of the film are the editing and the directing. And it's shocking. It was really shocking to me, especially considering that Steven Spielberg was the director. And Spielberg's a lot of things, but sloppy is generally not one of them. But there are just continuity errors throughout the entire film. Not to mention the fact that the plot was, at times, really hard to follow. But the continuity errors are just absolutely unforgivable. For example, there's this one scene, there's a car chase sequence, and Irina Spalko, who is the head of the evil Russians, that's played by Cate Blanchett brilliantly, I might add. She is chasing him. The very next shot is an overhead shot, and it clearly shows Indy chasing her. And it's just one of those things when you have a movie with production values this high, it's something you absolutely should not happen. That is unforgivable, quite frankly. Now on to the good parts. As I said, I did enjoy this film. As much as it sounds like I didn't to this point, this is an enjoyable film. It's not a great film, it's a good film, it's an okay, solid, entertaining piece of work. And the main reason why it works, despite all the problems, is Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is just one of the great characters in all of cinema. He is, in my opinion, one of the most endearing characters in the history of film. He maintains this poise and charisma, and throughout even the most ridiculous of sequences, he somehow manages to maintain his dignity. And he's just damn entertaining. I mean, his lines are great. The writing for Indy is still great. The writing for the character of Indiana Jones, I should say. And how much of that goes to Harrison Ford and how much of it goes to the writers, I really don't know. By the name of David Koepp, I believe that you pronounce his name, Koepp wrote it. He's written quite a few Spielberg films, adapted them in the last 10, 15 years or so. He's never been nominated for an Oscar. He's a solid writer for action films, but nothing spectacular. So Indy's wit, I would almost have to say, has to come from Ford and Spielberg. They managed to carry that over at the very least from the original films. Shia LaBeouf as Mutt Williams is excellent. He plays Mutt Williams to a T. It's exactly how he should have played him. And I really, really enjoy his character development in Mutt Williams. What little character development that can be allowed through the script of this film, that is. Cate Blanchett as Falco is excellent. She is so good at playing bad. It's just very easy to hate her, and that's a very good thing, because you want to hate the villain in an Indiana Jones movie. Other actors in the film include Karen Allen, who shows up about halfway through as Marion Ravenwood. She and Indy still have that chemistry. It's very, very watchable stuff. John Hurt as Oxley is good, of course. He's John Hurt. He can't do much, but he is, still good. Indy has a partner, Mac, by Ray Winstone from Beowulf fame. He's okay. He's not great. Quite honestly, I could have done without the character entirely. He just wasn't that necessary, and frankly becomes a bit of an annoyance, and if you watch the film, you'll know exactly what I mean. So, sum up, overall, Indy's an entertaining movie. Don't expect anything great, but if you go in expecting just to be entertained and to have fun and watch an Indiana Jones film, you'll be very, very pleased. It's ridiculous. Every sign points to it not being a good film, but Harrison Ford somehow manages to pull it through on his 65-year-old back, and damn, it's an entertaining film, so go see it. Thanks for watching, leave me comments, and I will see you later. Peace out, guys. The plot, as I was mentioning in the actual review, is about as insane as you could possibly imagine. Why I say this is because the plot revolves around aliens. Yeah, aliens. The film is about aliens. There is literally a line in the film in which Indiana Jones says the words, "saucer men from space." It's times like this that I wish George Lucas would stop making his ideas into movies. There are so many better possible stories for Indiana Jones than a story involving aliens. The fact that somehow Harrison Ford pulled this shit off is absolutely incredible to me, because the film was about fucking aliens.